It was Christmas Eve 1953 in New Zealand, a time for celebration and holiday cheer. But for the 285 passengers aboard the Wellington to Auckland Express train, the night would take a tragic turn, leaving a lasting mark on New Zealand history. Known as the Tangiwai disaster, this tragedy would go down as one of the darkest days the nation had ever faced. The night started like any other. Families and friends filled the train, many looking forward to reuniting with loved ones for the holidays. The train chugged through the North Island's countryside, unaware of the danger that lay ahead. Recent volcanic activity had caused Mount Ruapehu's crater lake to overflow, sending a powerful Lahar, a volcanic mudflow, down the Wangehu River. This deadly mix of water, rocks and volcanic debris barreled down, striking the Wangehu River rail bridge with tremendous force. Unknown to anyone aboard, the bridge had been severely weakened. Just before midnight, the train approached the bridge. The driver noticed something unusual, but it was too late. As the train made its way onto the compromised structure, the bridge collapsed under the immense weight, sending the locomotive and several carriages plunging into the river below. Within seconds, Christmas Eve turned into a nightmare. The freezing waters of the Wangehu River claimed 151 lives that night, sweeping away carriages and leaving rescuers stunned by the devastation. The news of the disaster quickly spread, casting a dark shadow over the holiday season for New Zealanders everywhere. Families waited in agony for news of their loved ones. Some survivors managed to escape from the wreckage and were rescued, but for many, the story would not have a happy ending. The tragedy struck a national chord, uniting the country in grief and prompting questions about how such a catastrophe could have occurred. In the aftermath, an investigation found that the railway bridge had suffered extensive damage from the Lahar, making it unstable. It was a tragic example of how natural forces can have deadly consequences, especially when the warning signs are overlooked. Safety measures were changed, and new protocols were introduced to monitor rivers and bridges in volcanic areas, aiming to prevent such a disaster from ever happening again. But even today, the memory of the Tangiwai disaster lingers, especially around the holiday season. For New Zealand, it was a Christmas that would forever be remembered, a solemn reminder of lives lost and families broken. The Tangiwai disaster serves as a reminder of the unpredictability of nature and the resilience of those left behind to pick up the pieces.